You asked to see the new Bushnell Engage optics. They both seem to be very rugged, very durable, and very highly polished, very well made. And then one of the things that's really exciting to me is the quality of the glass. Resolution is excellent, contrast is excellent, and low light performance is one of the things that really surprised me. These things work really great at dusk and at night. This particular Engage rifle scope that I've been playing with is the 2.5 to 10 power model. It features a 44mm objective out front, so it collects a lot of light. It has a 30mm tube, so that places this into the tactical end of the Engage lineup. And going along with that, we have these target style or tactical style turrets right here, not protected by any caps. And you get this great big knob that you can easily read what your numbers are as you're dialing around. This dials 1/4 MOA per click. All the way around it's 15 MOA, and that's on both the elevation and the windage. And kind of matching up with that, you have the MOA deploy reticle back here in the second focal plane. And what this does is each of these hash marks at 10 power is going to measure 1 MOA. And then you're going to have an extra large hash mark every fourth. If you did want one scope that you could conceivably, take out into the field for hunting and get out on the range or, do tactical style of shooting, I think that this would actually flex pretty well. And the weight is not that excessive, really, especially for a tactical scope.
Today we're going to be taking a look at the Vortex Diamondback Tactical. Now this optic is very popular. It came out just about a year and a bit ago. Now it's very popular for a very good reason. It's a very affordable, high quality first focal plane optic, which is what the market has been demanding for years. Now this one, the MSRP is about $500, but you can find it as low as about $350 US if it's really on sale. Usually it's around $400. This optic has ED glass, which is probably one of the best features on it. So ED glass, a glass etched reticle with the EBR2C reticle. It's got a very long eye relief. This has 3.9 inches of eye relief, which we're going to get to in just a moment. Now this optic can really deliver some really sharp, some really crisp images. We're definitely going to give it a 5 out of 5.
If you're looking to grab a low-power variable optic but don't want to fork up the big bucks, stay tuned, because today we're taking a look at the Strike Eagle 1-6X from Vortex. Enter the Vortex Strike Eagle, a fairly robust 1-6X scope that's a fantastic entry-level choice for plinking and still totally serviceable if you decide to get into competition shooting. For the uninitiated, the Strike Eagle utilizes a rotating turret that sets your desired level of magnification. We quite like that the ring is set far enough forward that it won't interfere with scope covers if you run them, and manipulating the magnification feels nice. It does require a tiny bit of force to rotate, and is certainly not going to adjust on its own. You can even add a throw lever to get a little bit more leverage if desired. For size comparison, the Strike Eagle is approximately 96% the length of 3 microbananas. While the lower zoom settings are crystal clear, it should be said that the Strike Eagle does begin to show a little bit of distortion at the 6x mark. It's nothing game-breaking, but it does make punching out past 300 yards or so a little bit challenging. The scope turrets are capped, but given the style of optic we're talking about here, you're likely not going to be adjusting windage and elevation on the fly.
Out here at the range today to bring you a review on the Vortex Viper HSLR. One of the things that I love about this particular scope is it blends key features across the spectrum of hunting, long-range shooting, and shooting in general. Some of the things that I love about this scope and that make it a great crossover from a long-range scope to a hunting scope are the tactical turret. It gives me more elevation adjustment than I could ever need. I may not ever take a shot at 1,000 yards on an elk or a deer, but knowing that I've practiced at 1,000 with this scope, I can dial my elevation, and I have capped windage on this side. I can dial those things in and practice all day long at those extreme ranges. That just makes the hunting situation all that much more of a slam dunk. When I get a 300-400 yard shot in the field, I have the confidence to make that clean kill. You can see I've got my dope chart here for this particular rifle taped to the stock. I can pick my yardage on my dope chart after I get a range, and I can dial my turret if I need to. For example, the bull elk I killed last year, he was stepped out in a spot where I had plenty of time to get a yardage, reference my chart. The nice thing about this particular scope is the crossover, because I've got the chart that corresponds with the turret, but I've also got the BDC dead hold reticle in the scope.
This is the ATR XSIGHT 4K Pro. It is a completely electronic scope with integrated 4K sensor, onboard video recording. It's got ballistics built in. It can interface with your mobile device with dual stream video to show you exactly what's happening if you're spotting a shooter using this scope. This thing is crazy. Now, why was I interested in getting this scope? I do a lot of storytelling where I need to capture my shooting, whether it be shooting for groups at 100 yards or shooting steel at 400, 600, or 1,000 yards. I do a lot of hunting. We're talking about big game, coyote, rock chalks, and a bunch of other stuff. For me to be able to capture all of this with the recoil activated video, I don't even have to think about pressing record and stop. This is a total game changer for me. And in terms of battery life, amazing. I've used this scope I've had it on for probably 4 hours, I would say, and the battery was only slightly down. So the 18 hours that ATR advertises is at least in the right ballpark. It's really been amazing. It's been a total non-issue. The extra battery pack that they have, I haven't really felt the need for so far. A future story. Again, the sunshade is a great addition that's included, and the scope rings.